So today, Ted is very, very excited because you would have seen before that he was sent the Lasgu LG laser level, and we did a review on that, and we've been using that so much within the renovation of the piggeries of the Chateau. And Lasgu was so pleased with his review on that they've sent him the big 360 super duper laser level.
3D.
3D. So, oh, it's not 360.
Oh, it's 360 laser level, but it's called LG 3D.
Oh, right. And you're very excited, aren't you?
I'm very excited. I think it's a lovely piece of kit. Comes in a fantastic case. It's got all the trimmings. It's got rechargeable batteries. Oh, that's such a brilliant thing. No, it's fantastic, and it's so brilliant. There's such a, you know, it's great to have sort of a relationship with somebody like that.
So, yesterday we put down the hardcore for the base of the cement floor on the piggeries, and Ted was using it to put in all the posts, and it literally was absolutely fabulous because it meant that he didn't have to go around measuring each little post that was to sort of inform me of what height that we needed, because I was doing the raking in of the hardcore. So it meant that literally Ted could just bash in these posts, set up the Lasgu. He knew exactly what height to do them on, and it just worked out absolutely brilliant. I was really impressed. Anyway, today we are putting the insulation in, and then tomorrow we're doing the cementing. So Ted's going to give you a bit of a review now on the Lasgu, the new super duper Lasgu 3D, and tell you how he's going to be using it, and then we'll show you a bit of a time lapse of us putting the cement in. It means we get a floor in the piggeries in our new home.
So here it is. The Lasgu LG 3D laser level. Comes in a really nice box. Little handle. Don't know why you'd want to carry that about. People are taking the mickey out of you. Should we have a look in here? Zip all the way around. Open up. Really nicely padded. Heavy duty foam case that ain't going anywhere. That's the last thing I liked about the little one that we had before. And as we've used this, let's just have a look, quickly look in the box to see what we get. So, the laser level itself, it looks like a really nice piece of kit. So, just going to show that to the camera all the way around. I think Lisa will probably do some close-up shots for you. But that's the laser itself. Substantial piece of kit. You get 2 rechargeable batteries. Fantastic, because you can have one on charge all the time. Looking in the manual, you get the manual as well. Don't be scared, it's not that thick, it's in different languages. But read the manual, as I said, and I have actually read the manual. The batteries, it will last you about 10 hours, they say, on one battery, which is fantastic. You're not going to use it for 10 hours straight, but if you need it on the job site or wherever you're using it for 2 or 3 hours while you're putting up some studs, you know that that's going to last. It's going to be really good. There is also an indicator on here. I don't know if you can see that. You get an indicator which tells you how much battery life you've got. Really good. Let's do that again. So you've got 4 LED lights on there, which gives you a good indication of how much power you've got there. And they go in the case. You get this little target thing here. So if it's anything specific that you're looking at, and say, for instance, it's 20 odd metres away, the range for this is about 30 metres. So about 20 odd metres, and you wanted to pinpoint something over there. You can use this target, and you've got crosshairs to run your actual lasers, the actual line into. Very, very useful. It's magnetic as well, so it will stick on the wall, or you can mount it on anything you like. It's got a little stand with it that stands up. Probably not something I'm going to use a lot, but I'm going to talk about something in a minute that I would really like to have as an accessory. It is an accessory. You've got the cable to charge your batteries, which works is just a USB cable. It's USB-C, so that's the big one. And it's just on any regular charger. Nothing's fancy. Everybody's got one of those lying around because we've all got our mobile devices now. Let's put that back in there so I don't lose it. This I am really, really impressed with. This is one of my favourite bits. This, again, like the other one, we had the bracket, and we could attach that via magnets at the back here to any steel, or we can screw a screw into a piece of stud walling, a wooden stud walling, hook it on. I'm just going to attach this before I go into the laser itself, because I want to go through this bit first. And it works the same way. It's a little 1/4-inch screw thread. There you go. So that's attached. Just the thumb screw there. Now, I love this. This is just so cool. You stick this on your stud, whatever, you stick it on the floor. But you've got adjustability on this by just these two screws here can adjust it up to anything up to probably about 60 or 70 millimeters. And that is so good, because the amount of times I've used with other laser level, like you're trying to run this up and down, your level's going all over the place, it's going on the fritz, to be able just to wind it up and down like this, a ratcheted little wheel like that, is just fantastic. That is such a cool thing to do, such a cool feature. Right, let's have a look at the laser level itself. We'll leave it on there. So we press the button. I don't know if you're about to see this, kids. But what we've got here, so in the first mode, which is our manual mode, and we talked about the manual mode before, where it's static and you can literally alter the angle and stick it at that angle and scribe a line. So you can, if you're doing, for instance, I'm at the moment, or we, my lovely wife Lisa and myself, are restoring a 14th century French chateau. And you can imagine the amount of wonky walls and wonky beams and everything that happens in that kind of property. It's all made of stone, it's all made of huge, huge bits of wood. And nothing is straight in this place. So to have the ability to do this manual mode where you alter the line to run with the line of the property to keep some of those original features, it's a fantastic idea. And this works like that in the manual mode. So what you get is you'll get a line, a horizontal line that goes all the way around the laser, whereas the other one just shone from the front and did the horizontal line. This one, you can stick it in the middle of the room and mark a line all the way around your room. Fantastic. The second line is your vertical line that goes, again, all the way around the room. Just superb. And the third one, all the way around the room that way. So a vertical line that way, a vertical line in the front, a vertical line on the side, and a horizontal line all the way around. That's what makes it 360. You've got a modes button on the front, on the top here, which will scroll through having just the individual laser levels. So we turn off, for instance, I've turned off the horizontal line now. I turn off the vertical line front to back, and side to side. I now have my side to side vertical line, but no front or thing. If you just need those individuals, and it will cycle through, again, it puts the vertical line in the front to back, and then you've just got the horizontal line. Okay, so the other mode we've got on here is the pendulum mode. Just put it on the box there so you can see that green light. And that changes the top light from red to green, so you know you're in pendulum mode. And if you just see that, you see it wobbling about, it's because the pendulum inside is self-leveling this unit. If I pick this unit up and I just tip it, it starts to flash. Now that means that it has a plus or minus tolerance. And so it has to be within that plus or minus 4 degree tolerance, otherwise it's flashing. It's still reading level, but it won't be stationary enough for you to work with. So we just tip it back to between those plus and minus 4 degrees, and you've got your level, so you can work with that. Working like this, you're never going to be using it like I am using it now, because it's just not practical. So what, I'm going to just switch this unit off, because I want to turn it upside down. You've got the facility to attach this to I've found that's a mic stand, a larger mic stand fixing, a microphone stand fixing, or this is probably the most one that people will have, is a standard camera tripod fixing. Now this is 6mm, something like that, 1/4 inch. This one is 16mm, 5/8 of an inch. Pretty much somebody's going to have something lying around that will work with that. You can, as I say, you can attach this to a stud, you can attach it to a metal stud or wooden stud, you can rest it on a wall, you can stack it on whatever you like. As long as it's between those, using the pendulum mode, between that plus or minus 4 degrees. But way I've used it more often than not, stick it on a camera tripod, works really, really well. One of the things that I find fantastic about this particular unit is the green laser line. Now, I have one that I purchased many years ago which has a red laser line. It's great, works really well. However, I find it quite difficult to see in any kind of light, brighter light. The green, however, works fabulous in all sort of lights. So it is my preferred choice. And luckily, the Lasgu is a green laser level line. The second button, you've got a little button on the side, on top here, and I'll show you those two buttons there. On the top there, you've got your mode switch on this side, and then the button on this side. The button on this side is an interesting feature, and something I can talk about, but I can't really show you, because at the moment we don't have an additional accessory. So you press this mode button, and what it does at the moment is it just reduces the laser level clarity, the laser level light. It could be a feature to save battery, if you like. What it does do, it's a pulse feature, and any 3D laser level, any laser level that has 3 laser lines, will emit this pulse. And it's really interesting in the fact that you can now use this at over 100 meters. That's 300 feet. However, what you do need to use it with is a receiver. Now, I've spoken to the guys at Lasgu, and they don't actually specifically do a receiver for this LG 3D. I'm hoping it's in the pipeline. It would be really excellent if it was in the pipeline, because if you're doing land and you want to level some land and it's a long way away, that pulse feature will be invaluable. I do believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, people at Lasgu, I think you can use an aftermarket or another company's receiver that this will work with. We've been using this for the last couple of days, and it's been absolutely invaluable. We've been putting in a concrete floor. Lisa and myself have been levelling floors, levelling dirt, and then levelling hardcore, and then putting in boards. We put shuttering boards all the way around the room in our piggeries, where we're at the moment creating a living space for ourselves, and it's been absolutely invaluable. We could have done the job, however, this made life so much easier. I have to say thank you so much, Glasgow, for having the faith in me to try this out. It's massively appreciated, and it will get used so much. So, just in recap, that's the Glasgow LG 3D video. Not really a review, just talking about a few features on it. If you'd like to have a look at these are available on Amazon, and if you go via our link from this video, Glasgow have very kindly offered you a 10% discount. I'm not really sure of the retail price of these. I think it's around about the 160 mark, I might say. I'm turning to my lovely assistant over there. I think we're talking about the 160 mark. Honestly, some of the big firms do these, and I was talking to a friend of mine recently, and we both agreed that a few years ago, these 3D laser levels were so prohibitively expensive that, you know, that 160 would probably be 3 or 4 times that price, and would only be offered by the big manufacturers. Since then, companies like Glasgow have come on the market, and I think the engineering is as good, and it will, if you've got this lovely hard-wearing case, treat it with a bit of care and attention, use it the way it's supposed to be used, and it'll last you for ages. All right, hopefully that's been informative. Have a look at some of the, hopefully you've had a look at some of the footage during the video to show you us actually using the thing. It's been, as I say, invaluable. And yeah, grab yourself one off of Amazon. Happy days.